Mobile, Alabama Community-Oriented Policing. My name is Dustin French. You may be coming across this video across social media or YouTube. But if you're on social media, or if you're coming off of a message board, or if you're coming off from another source, go to Justice for Dustin French on YouTube. And make sure that you check out my other videos where I detail the evidence without a shadow of a doubt of them trying to frame and murder me. So this is going to be video 2 of Mobile, Alabama gang stalking, aka community-oriented policing. And as I said, gang stalking is the street term for this program that is being instituted across the United States of America underneath community-oriented policing and underneath intelligence-led policing, which is hacking. Make sure that you go check out my Mobile Police Department Cyber Intelligence video that will be below this one. Okay, so if you are a targeted individual, I list in the description about how they coordinate the street-level perpetrator harassment of yourself. Okay, community-oriented policing is where the community comes together with various businesses, various organizations. The religious groups are involved. The police are involved. And your first responder fire departments are involved. And this is a form of community watch. It is illegal, and them instituting gang stalking of a target. In most cases, the target is lied about, because I can name a dangerous person across the street from me who ran a crime ring and broke into cop cars, and then his neighbor, who works in New York now, actually tried to murder a police officer, and he's not on this list. So one can deduce that this list is BS. Okay, it's been ruled illegal 2 times. One time in 2011, and then here recently in December of 2019 by Judge Cregan. It is underneath the veil of keeping the community safe, but in fact it violates the Constitution, because people have a right to live anywhere in the United States without being discriminated against. Okay, that is the law. People have a right to, first of all, not have their services deprived of them, considering the fact that we pay a thing called sales tax. And thirdly, this does not reduce violent crime, bullying, harassing, and playing psychological warfare on someone, which is illegal due to the treaties signed after World War II. Okay, so essentially what goes on here is that your whole community is going to get hyper vigilant against you. The handler is going to go into the religious institutions. They are going to spread lies right there on the altar, in front of God and everybody. They are going to lie and slander this person. There is no due process right. Okay, and then the religious leaders are going to monitor the person's YouTube videos and Facebook videos, and they aren't going to tell you the person's name. Okay, and hence I said religious leaders, not righteous people, because that's pretty much what they are nowadays, and that's what they turn into. Okay, and then your CBA, your community-based agent, is going to go around the community lying about you. They're going to lie to the neighbors. Hopefully, if you're an apartment, move in by you so that they can operate their see-through wall technology and their other weapons that they use on you. And I will be making a video on that. I'm going to give a detailed explanation and a history of these weapons. So just stay tuned for that. And they're going to institute what is called flying monkey slander. This is where other people slander you. They have to sensitize you in hatred so that way they can furthermore use you to surveillance the target, who is really the victim of this program to try to frame, ensnare, and trap to get a reaction. And then they are also going to use the hatred so that that way the public will never be able to listen to the person that is being targeted, so that that way they won't never know the truth. Okay, now like I said, it is organized around community watch, community action. It is organized around the police. It is organized around the firefighters. It is organized around the religious institutions, certain businesses, certain organizations. And then there is a organization that is called InfraGard that engages in organized and systematic harassment of the target. Okay, and they will tell you things like, if you see him flash the lights 2 times to warn other people that he's on the road. And then to the public, useful idiots may think they're actually doing some good, but in fact, whenever the target goes up the road and he has 6, 7 people flashing lights in his face, okay, you can imagine how irritating that would be. Especially for the targets that don't even know what this program is called, that they just woke up one morning and then all of a sudden the whole community is filming them, is against them, lying to them, stealing from them. Okay, it's a very horrible program, and it needs to be suspended. It is filed underneath counterintelligence, counterterrorism. Okay, and we know that the counterterrorism industry is a fraud because look at what it was built off of. But I won't go there. Okay. Okay, so first off, we're going to deal with the police. In my case, this is MPD and the Sheriff's Department. This is not all of the deputy sheriffs. This is not all of Mobile Police Department officers. I am not against the police. I actually donated to the Officer of the Month program. Clay Goodwin had sent me a letter. I never asked for any recognition for it. I had just seen that with the climate existing against the police at the time of the violent riots that were going on, that I believe that police department officers should be rewarded. I believe that since I worked in a restaurant, that I wanted to keep good officers in Mobile Police Department, because here in Mobile we were losing them to the sheriffs and to other agencies. You know, so I did it out of the niceness of my heart, and I will be looking for the letter that I have put up from Officer Goodwin. So do not interpret this as anti-police and anti-law enforcement, because we have to have law enforcement to keep us safe. I'm against this program because it's highly evil and it's unconstitutional. But your police are involved in it, and it is going to be the intelligence unit that is going to organize this. They are going to be in unmarked cars. They are going to tell the deputies and the police, some of them, that if they see you, to organize and conduct the noise campaign. Sometimes they may be in off-duty cars. Sometimes they may actually be in their cars. And the noise campaign is designed to torment the target. It is meant, in some cases, to keep the target awake at night so that they can do sleep deprivation on the person. Okay, and not all of your law enforcement officers are going to be instructed or are going to know, especially the patrol officers, so that that way, whenever the target calls the patrol officers, they will sound crazy whenever the patrol officers roll up. It's orchestrated different in different places. You know, for example, if the police roll up, the target says there's people following them around. There are people making noise nonstop outside of their house. Okay, and then the police are going to say, who's following you? Well, I don't know who's following me. One can really understand quickly how one would sound. In my case, I was able and blessed to start gathering evidence to prove these people follow me around. Clearly they're following you around. Clearly they're hanging out outside of your house. And clearly that they are committing noise. Okay? The trick is catching them doing it, guys. So never ever call the police unless you have evidence, and always record all of your interactions with the police. Always. And that goes for everyone. Okay? So the police, okay, now I don't know everything about this program, but I know a good bit about it now, to where I can begin the process of exposing it and helping victims that are victimized every single day across the United States and Europe of this program. Okay, so the police are actually going to be the main ones that are going to be in your community. Okay, now the firefighters, okay, are not going to be, and I'm going to explain why they bring in all of these people to throw you off and send you on wild goose chases. In my case, all of these people was involved plotting on me, aside from the first responders in this area that were lied to. I can confirm that a good majority of them was lied to. Okay? So if there's any first responders in this area that is on this page, guys, you know that you were lied to now. Okay? And I will tell you for a fact that y'all know the truth. Okay? But I have to leave the video up. I have to for my defense. Okay, I had a Mobile Police Department officer in plain clothes speak to me about 2 months ago whenever I was out, made sure that we wasn't on any cameras because he didn't want to get blackballed. And he told me, leave those videos up because it's making them angry, but those videos are up and you got a heck of a defense. Like, I know, I'm going to make sure that my counsel knows. He agrees with the same thing. Okay, now why do I have counsel? Y'all have been trying to frame me ever since the 2017 election. It would be stupid not to. Okay, and yes, a good bit of the defense attorneys in Mobile know what's going on with this program. So, anyways, okay, and you better watch out going around threatening people to have their law licenses revoked too. Just go ahead and warn you because they have connections too. So, if you want to play that game, I can name about 4 of them that want to play the game with you. I'm not going to say no names. I'm not going to say anything, but they know that this program is unconstitutional, and it's nothing for them to hang out with their buddies that are judges and say, hey, check out his channel. So anyways, the police, MPD, and sheriffs are involved. Now, guys, you must understand that these officers have families to feed. They understand the consequences if they speak out. Most of them that realize that this is illegal targeting are secretly on your side. Okay, they realize that they were lied to. Some of them, and I don't speak for all of them, but guys, we have many good officers, but you must understand, we have many good deputies that they can get blackballed and then they can get targeted in this way too. So if you are a targeted individual, please understand, okay, that they don't want them or their families targeted by this evil program. Okay, and then of course that moves us to the first responders. In many cases, the first responders are lied to. They're told slander behind the scenes. Okay, they're sensitized in hate. Don't help this person. Let us handle this person. They're crazy. They're dangerous. They're on drugs. They have a criminal past, or whatever lie that they decide to come up with. Okay, so essentially, the first responders are used in what's called the noise campaign. Okay, so they may go by your house and blow the siren, or they may go by your house and honk the horn, or they may see you and turn on the lights. Okay, and the police and the first responders, and fire departments, they get grants from the government by participating in this program. Okay, then we have the religious groups. Okay. Again, they get grants from the government from doing this. Okay, if you are a targeted individual in your church or, in your synagogue, there are perpetrators that may belong. They are told in private with your religious leaders, lies and slanders. Okay, the whole goal is to isolate you from support. The whole goal is for them to get their grant and stuff. So, like, other religious organizations are not going to be told your name, so that way they can't look you up and see them on camera harassing you, first of all. But if you are involved in a church, and if you are involved in a group that is conducting this program, they are a religion and it has nothing to do with God. You can read Deuteronomy and you can read Leviticus, and if you're a Christian, you can read the gospel letters, and you could tell, like, for example, you're supposed to love your neighbor. Okay, you're not supposed to be spreading slander, but I'm equally guilty of spreading slander because I have to, as defense, I have to use a tactic that is called strategic trolling for a reason. And I do have friends that stand with me on this side. It's a mixed group of people. There's like one a Jewish guy that stands with me. And then, of course, I have my Muslim friends, my black friends, and then a whole slew of poor whites that have been going through this. Not exactly this program, but they understand police harassment and stuff. So, yeah, your religious leaders are going to get grants for orchestrating this program underneath the title of a security grant for keeping the religious establishment safe from a mass shooter, which I can understand in the climate in which we live. But the problem is that this is not only unlawful, this is not only wrong, but the religious leaders themselves start falling in the category of evil once they engage in a program like this. You don't see the prophets, nor do you see the early Christian fathers. I'm not talking about later Christian history and the murders of the Inquisition and things like that, but the early church fathers, you would never see them or Jesus Christ himself engaging in something diabolical such as this. Okay? And now I am going to go back. Let's go back. Okay? To your Community Watch program. The Community Watch will create what's called a community leader. The community leader will work with the community-based agent. The community-based agent will control the community leader with lies and slander. And the whole point of this program is to create fake targets so that way the county and the state can get money from the federal government through grants underneath the guise of fighting terrorism. So what is terrorism? Okay, they now define terrorism and counterterrorism, folks, and you have to understand me on this. And this is where this is headed, okay? Okay, it is basically a fraud in the United States, okay? And I'm going to tell you this, that there are targeted individuals created by the state every single day that are innocent, that they are lied about, so that the state can claim that they're doing something to get grants in quote-unquote fighting terrorism. Okay? Most of these targeted individuals are types that are smart, educated. Okay? Some of us have had conflicts with the government in some way, shape, or form. Okay? So, and a good bit of the targets are actually women. This is how disgusting this is. It's actually women that they do this more to. So the local law enforcement community creates this fake boogeyman to scare the community and get them hypervigilant. The community carries out the dirty work. And then the county lies to the state, claiming that these people are just the worst thing. And then the state files for the grant through the Pentagon. And then the Pentagon distributes the money. Okay, so this is a military-backed campaign underneath our sheriff's department. Okay, there's your revelation. Okay, in my case, they have this woman. She doesn't even go to the synagogue. She's always sucking up to the sheriff. You can see her on the rest of the Mobile. I've posted about her in the other videos. And they basically ride this woman around to the Jewish community. This woman doesn't even go to a synagogue, doesn't donate money to the synagogue. If you are Jewish in Mobile and Baldwin County, go look at her face and warn about her. And essentially, she claims to represent the Jewish community. I have never encountered this woman back whenever I had friends that had went to the Ahiva synagogue in the Spring Hill Temple. I've never seen this woman a day in my life. So, you know, if you are a Jew in Mobile, please, 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 snap a photo of this woman's face and pass it around in secret. Like, do not listen to this woman, okay? Because she's working with the bad guys. She's sucking up to the bad guys. And pretty much in my mind, she is incoherently dangerous. So, I'm going to wrap this up right now. Okay? If you are in Community Watch or Community Action, be extremely careful of this program. Okay? They are only going to present you the bad. Most of it is lies. Okay? And then the other stuff that they're going to present you with is videos of the person get riled up. You know, and people do get riled up. Whenever, everywhere you go, you get harassed. You know what I'm saying? And then they're going to show you those videos, and, like, their eyes are going to get big, and they're going to be like, oh, my God, he's the worst person. you're getting pawned out, you're getting tooled out, they're trying to play you, and then once they use you enough and you wake up, there is no escape. Once you become a gang stalker, they own you for life. And you will start to figure out pretty quickly that if you that that once they own you and once they control you, if you do something that they don't like, you're going to end up like the rest of us, and that is just the truth. So I greatly appreciate everyone watching my videos. My channel is in a dispute right now. Okay, so I just wanted to put that out there, at least from my correspondence. Okay, that there are people, and they do this to the entire targeted individual community. I don't feel special, but I mean, you know, the people up top that run this program want to shut up and stuff. They know it's unconstitutional. They have no care in their heart to the innocent people that are suffering underneath this program, and quite frankly, they really do not care about anything but pretty much making money and destroying people's lives.